Hey everybody, wearing a hat. This is my reminisce on the music for Jars of Clay's The 11th Hour. I've got the sheet music book so I can have a nice big display of the thing. If only I could just probably learn to edit videos and put it right there or something. The 11th Hour was consequently the last tour I saw of Jars for a while. I fell out of the loop for a while because just stuff in life happened. I had my first child. I had my first serious relationship. I had just some more major life events going on. I did make it out to the tour for that album. I saw them at Kings Island in Ohio, and you know, that was nice to see them live. I remember they did a cover of "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" from the '80s. I'm trying to think of the artist. I know it's goofy if not be able to think of it right. So. Yeah, I remember that. I Need You was on the radio. That song was the single, I think, was one of the singles off that record. They played it on Christian radio. And I made a point to figure out some version of it on there, and I have a video tutorial of how I did that exactly. It's a little different from what's offered in the book, so check it out. I'll put a link for it in the description too, so you can find it there. You don't have to search for it. But I didn't fall majorly in love with this record as much as maybe the first two. The first two are probably really the records I liked the most of probably all the albums. At this point in my life, I probably feel like that the self-titled first record and Much Afraid were probably stand as my favorite records at the present time. These songs were kind of difficult, I guess, for me personally, where I was at. And in a way, I mean, you can always do a campfire version of a song. You can do that. You can figure out what the basic chords are for one guitar, and that's usually what I do. For the most part, for the tutorial channel. I'm not to the point where I can give you, here's the electric guitar part, here's the acoustic guitar part, you know, even keyboards or drums. I mean, rhythm, acoustic guitar is my main branch of musical expression, because that's the one that's gotten the most attention over my 20 years of pursuit of actually being able to play music. But anyway, I have a track listing. Disappear, I mean, that was a good song. I liked Disappear. It was a good song. And I think later on, I did go over with the sheet music that had tabs and look at the guitar parts, because they had them tabbed out. Yeah, I didn't have to figure them out, so that was nice. I Need You, I made my own way with. And my chording of it's awkward. A bit, maybe, compared to what Jars did with the capo on the 4th fret, and it being a lot easier to play, I think. Although I like my open, no capo version. Okay. But Disappear was a good song. Something Beautiful was a good song. It's just, that was definitely one where there was some kind of interplay between two acoustic guitars, and I didn't have a regular playing partner, or even in the church band, I think we wouldn't have figured it out. I'm apt to believe that we would have figured out some version of it, but we wouldn't have really we wouldn't have covered it as much as close to the way Jars played it if we had done it. But we never covered it. Revolution, you know, Revolution's good. It's another one. It's kind of nice because you can do a power chord version of it. It's got, I think it even has fifth chords in it. Fifth chords are power chords, by the way. So that was, you know, that was one I could jam around on, fly. I mean, it was a good song. They were good songs. I mean, this is a good set of songs. Silence. I liked Silence. And I kind of liked the drum beat, and I was kind of would beatbox it, you know, with my mouth a little bit and things, but I never really. I think the only one that I really ever tried to play. The only two songs on this record I ever really tried to play were I Need You and the 11th Hour. And the 11th Hour I have a tutorial video on too. And I actually still sit down and play the 11th Hour. It kind of has like a country feel to it. And I play it on with a capo on the 4th fret with a, you know, C major first position shape, chord, form, thing. In order to play that. And it has some little skips in the bass and things that I like and things. And it feels like an accomplishment to play that song as well as I play it. And I have a tutorial video on all those. I only have only two songs that I figured out. These Ordinary Days and The Edge of Water. I mean, it was a decent collection of songs. It's not a weak album. I don't think, I always, in my opinion, Jars always writes pretty strong records, song-wise. I remember them talking about maybe some kind of cynicism of the 90s where you'd have 2 or 3 good songs and like 8 or 9 filler songs to flesh out something into a record, some people would say. I think even Kurt Cobain was supposed to have claimed to have said that, but anyway. And I always felt like Jars, they tried to put quality into their writing. I mean, they would write, I think they were known, they'd write, they'd draft 30 or more songs every time they do a record, and they pick out the best 10 or 12. And, so, they hash through the good, the bad, and the mediocre, I guess. So that's good, there's attention to detail that way. And, especially the effort they put into Inland, where they actually, went to a special place where they could just concentrate solely on making the record. I tip my hat to that effort for them, really putting themselves in an optimal environment to let the album be the best that it could be, since, they were basically sort of wondering if this was going to be their last record, so they wanted to give it a valiant effort, I guess. And I kind of doubt that that was the last Jars of Clay record. I would say there might be 1 or 2 more, possibly, maybe. And they occasionally play together, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, I didn't latch on to this record really strongly. There was a couple songs that I latched on to, and in a lot of ways I didn't use the book. I pretty much figured them out on my own. I went back with the 11th Hour and compared notes with what I did and what they did in here, and then I kind of have some kind of conglomeration of those two for the 11th Hour song that I play now. But yeah, it's not that it was a good record. It was the last tour I got to go to for a while because, like I said, life things happened, and I kept up with the records. I kept buying the next records and things, and actually Good Monsters passed me by in a lot of ways. I'm sorry, I hear about how Jars talked about that being their sort of some kind of turning point happened with them with that record, that it was kind of more of a raw record, I guess. Them kind of not worrying about whatever the quote-unquote rules or conditions were, or whatever. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about the 11th Hour. Oh.